have probably ignored it 100 times. That bloated, sluggish, something is just off feeling after a meal. Maybe you chalk it up to stress, maybe bad food, but what if your gut has been sending you distress signals for months and you have been missing every single one? Here is what most people don't know. Your gut isn't just responsible for digesting your lunch, it's home to trillions of bacteria that influence your mood, your immune system, your skin, your energy levels, even your brain. Today, we are breaking down the 5 most telling signs that your gut is unhealthy. Signs that are hiding in plain sight. And if you recognize yourself in more than two of these, it's time to pay attention. Stay until then because sign 5 is the one nobody talks about and it might be the most important. Let's start with the most obvious one and the one most people brush off as normal: bloating, excessive gas, stomach cramps after eating. Here's the truth: occasional bloating is fine, but if you're feeling consistently bloated, especially after meals that shouldn't cause a problem, your gut microbiome may be seriously out of balance. Inside your gut, there's a delicate ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms called the gut microbiome. When the bad bacteria outnumber the good, a condition called dysbiosis sets in. These bad bacteria ferment food in ways they shouldn't, releasing excess gas and causing that uncomfortable distended feeling. This can also show up as frequent burping, acid reflux, or heartburn, a feeling of fullness that lasts for hours. What causes dysbiosis? A diet high in processed foods and sugar, overuse of antibiotics, chronic stress, and lack of sleep can all tip the balance in the wrong direction. What you can do: start introducing more fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi. These are natural probiotics that feed your gut good bacteria, and cut back on ultra processed foods that act as fuel for the bad guys. If your bloating is severe, persistent, or accompanied by pain, please see a doctor. Conditions like IBS, SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or even celiac disease can be behind the scenes. How many times have you gotten sick this year? Once? 3 times? More? Here is something that will change how you think about your immune system. Roughly 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. That's not a metaphor. Your gut lining is lined with immune cells, and the bacteria living there are in constant communication with those cells, training them to know what's a threat and what isn't. When your gut microbiome is disrupted, your immune response weakens. You become more susceptible to colds, infections, and even inflammatory conditions. You might also notice that when you do get sick, it takes you much longer to recover than it used to. On the flip side, an unhealthy gut can cause your immune system to become overactive, attacking things it shouldn't. This is linked to autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and inflammatory bowel disease. The gut immune axis is one of the most studied areas in modern medicine right now, and researchers are only beginning to understand how deep this connection goes. If you're constantly run down, catching every bug that goes around, or dealing with recurring infections, Don't just blame bad luck. Look at what's happening inside your gut. The practical fix is to have prebiotic foods like garlic, onions, bananas, and oats to feed your good gut bacteria and help train your immune system. Pair that with consistent sleep because sleep deprivation alone can devastate your gut microbiome within just 2 days. This one surprises people every time. You have tried every skincare product, you have changed your moisturizer, you have gone to the dermatologist, but the acne keeps coming back or the eczema flares up again, or your skin is dull, dry, and inflamed. No matter what you do, what if the problem isn't on your skin but inside your gut? Scientists have identified something called the gut skin axis, a direct communication pathway between your gut microbiome and your skin. When your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, that inflammation does not stay contained. It leaks into the bloodstream and shows up on your skin. One key concept here is leaky gut or intestinal permeability. Normally, your gut lining acts as a tight barrier, allowing nutrients in while keeping harmful substances out. But when the gut is damaged, small gaps form in that lining. Bacteria, toxins, and undigested food particles can slip through into the bloodstream, triggering a systematic inflammatory response, and your skin pays the price. Studies have found strong links between gut dysbiosis and acne, eczema, psoriasis, chronic dull or tired looking skin. What you can do: reduce inflammatory foods, particularly refined sugar, seed oils, and alcohol. Increase your intake of omega 3 fatty acids from fatty fish or flax seeds, which reduce gut and skin inflammation. And consider a quality probiotic supplement. There's growing evidence that specific probiotic strains can visibly improve skin conditions within 8 to 12 weeks. Your gut is your skin's best kept secret. Okay, this fourth one genuinely blew my mind when I first learned about it. Did you know that 95% of your body's serotonin, the feel good neurotransmitter, is produced in your gut? Not your brain, your gut. There's a communication superhighway between your gut and your brain called the vagus nerve, and it runs in both directions. Your gut sends far more signals up to the brain than your brain sends down to your gut. This is why it's sometimes called the second brain. When your gut microbiome is unhealthy, it disrupts the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. The result: persistent low mood or mild depression, anxiety that seems to come out of nowhere, brain fog, that frustrating inability to concentrate or think clearly, mental fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. Research published in journals like Nature and Cell has demonstrated that people with depression have significantly different gut microbiome compositions compared to those without. This field, psychobiotics, is one of the fastest growing areas of neuroscience. This doesn't mean gut health is the only factor in mental health, but it is a seriously underrated one. What you can do: the gut brain connection works both ways. Stress harms your gut. A damaged gut creates stress. Breaking the cycle starts with one step at a time. Reduce ultra processed foods, add fermented foods, practice stress management like deep breathing or meditation, and move your body daily. Even a 20-minute walk has been shown to positively shift gut microbiome composition. And here's the sign nobody wants to talk about, but everyone needs to hear. Your bowel habits are one of the most accurate windows into your gut health. And most people have no idea what normal actually looks like. Here's what healthy looks like: 1 to 3 bowel movements per day, well formed, not too hard, not too loose, without straining, and no urgency or discomfort. They should be brown, pass easily, and not require you to sit there scrolling your phone for 15 minutes. Now, what does unhealthy look like? Chronic constipation, going fewer than 3 times a week, hard stools, straining. This can indicate slow gut motility, dehydration, low fiber intake, or gut microbiome disruption. Chronic diarrhea, loose, watery stools frequently. This can signal inflammation, infection, IBS, or food intolerances. Alternating between the two, classic sign of irritable bowel syndrome, which affects 10 to 15% of people worldwide. Mucus or blood in the stool. This warrants immediate medical attention. No exemptions. Stools that float consistently. This can signal poor fat absorption, potentially pointing to pancreatic or gallbladder issues. Your gut is telling you something every single day. Most people just aren't listening. The fix: increase dietary fiber from whole foods, vegetables, legumes, whole grains. Aim for 25 to 35 grams per day. Most people get less than 15. Stay well hydrated, reduce stress, and if irregularity persists, please consult a gastroenterologist. So, there you have 5 signs your gut is unhealthy: constant bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort, getting sick all the time, skin problems that won't go away, mood swings, anxiety, and brain fog, unpredictable bowel habits. Your gut is at the center of nearly everything happening in your body. The good news: the gut microbiome is remarkably adaptable. Even small, consistent changes in diet and lifestyle can produce measurable improvements within 2 to 4 weeks. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with one thing: add a probiotic rich food, drink more water, reduce the processed food, go for a walk. Your gut is listening. Start listening back. If this video opened your eyes, give it a like. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 5 signs recognized in yourself. And subscribe if you want more content like this every week. See you in the next one.